Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tap In with Tristan. We're in our FitLab 15 segment. I'm honored to be our guest, Erica Nava. Tell the people hello, Erica.
Hi, I'm Erica.
Yes, yes, yes. So Erica is one of our current clients slash athletes, softball, and she has a story and very unique story. So want to go a nice little time so we can just get to know her a little bit better. All right. So Erica, just kind of tell us where you go to school at, high school wise, right now. She's in high school, so tell us where you're at.
I go to Lake Ridge High School in Mansfield, Texas.
Absolutely. And what position do you play?
I play softball and I'm an outfielder for Lake Ridge.
That's perfect. So when did you start getting into softball? When did that come about, Erica?
I played softball for as long as I can remember. I started t-ball and played city league since I was probably 4 or 5.
Okay.
For sure kindergarten age, and I've been playing all the way up.
What's your favorite thing about it?
I love that it's a team sport, and I love how much I've learned from it and learned from people and coaches over the years. And I love the environment. Softball people are just different.
And what would you say different? In what way? You know, good or bad? A little bit
Good.
both?
I mean, all good things. Softball people have always just been funny, and I've been around everything. Every weekend you spend with these same girls and the same people, and it's just you make friends, and some become family.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So as you're coming up and everything, was this something that you even wanted to kind of take a look at doing in the college ranks was it just a hobby?
Obviously, when I was little, it was just something I did when I was fun. But about freshman, sophomore year, it started to become more serious, especially throughout high school. And I decided I wanted to continue to play at the college level. And as of my fall of my junior year, I've been committed to Hardin Simmons University in Abilene.
Congratulations on that, and that's definitely beautiful. Now let's talk about some of those early years. Was it just you playing in the rec leagues? Did you cross over into like the select, and if so, what did that look like?
I played rec league from as when I started t-ball till 6th grade, sixth in between, but 7th grade for sure. 7th grade and on, I've been playing select or travel ball.
Okay, so tell me some of the teams that you participated in, and how was that experience?
Early in the beginning, we're not the highest teams, but I played for the Vipers. I played for Texas Rain, and from 8th grade on, I've been playing with Texas Glory.
Wow. Okay, and Texas Glory is one of the premier teams in Texas, even across the nation. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
So tell me a little bit about that. Did you feel once you got there, was you feeling like that you was ready to go? Was you a little bit intimidated to kind of get involved with them? And how did they receive you?
Yes, I was intimidated in the beginning because coming from the rec ball to the lower, not lower end, but just different selects. Glory is a high intense world. You're every weekend, you give up all hours, you're practicing once, twice a week, and it just requires so much time, but it makes you so much better. They really do push their softball athletes, especially just to be that next tier of an athlete.
Did you feel like it was a good balance of the work rest relationship, or even just spending time with friends outside, or even spending time with family? Or if you're going to try to do this at a high level, it's gonna take a lot of sacrifice in other areas. What do you think?
I would say it's one of those things at a high level. I think you could do anything and balance friends and stuff, but if you want to be that collegiate athlete and be if you want to play at a high level, you're going to have to give up some friend times, but as much time as I like I said, as much time as I spent with them, most of those girls become my best friends and close friends because how much time we spend together.
That's beautiful. Now, how did the family dynamic come involved? Is it mom and dad? You got siblings? Talk to me. How did they feel about you
I
getting?
have, for me, it's my mom and dad, and I do have a younger brother, and he plays select baseball.
Okay,
But when you get around, especially the girls become my friends, but then parents, since they're together every weekend as well, they become friends, and then you just hang out all the time
so
and stuff like that.
it really becomes almost like a lifestyle in an extended family. Is that fair to say?
Yes. Yes, especially with you have like an 8 week season, you play every single weekend. You spend all your time with these people from sun up to sundown, and you eat lunches and dinners together, and as I got into higher levels, you spend hotel time together, so you're just always with these people.
That's beautiful. So yeah, so you really have to love this thing, and it actually becomes a lifestyle. Now, do you see from spending a lot of time, and this is mainly to the younger demographic that's coming up underneath you? Do you see, or did you see anybody, or even for yourself, get any type of burnout? Like, man, this is enough. Have you ever experienced any of that? If so, what did you do?
Me personally, not as much, but yes, there's always been days that like you hate it, or there's days you want to quit, and there's most definitely days I've been wanted to give up everything. But I I love it, and I've seen so much just positivity, or just it's always better the next day, or it's always there's the greatness of working and your swing's bad for weeks and then having a good tournament. It makes things better.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, is there a big difference from select to like high school, or select to like middle school? Is there a drastic difference, or not that much?
I think there's a difference, just because in select you pay to be there. There's a different attitude across the board. Everyone there, I mean, sometimes they don't, but for the most part, they pull the rope, and everybody wants to be there. Everyone spends money and time, energy, and effort. Not saying high school doesn't. High school is great because you get to be at school with those girls and play with those girls, but sometimes there's different levels. But it's like they both have positives and negatives, but they're different in my head. They're really separate softball experiences.
For sure. So I think that's valid information. I think that's something that the younger demographic needs to know. And I really like that phrase that you said, pulling the rope. You don't want dead weight, especially in select. You want people that really want to be there and understand the sacrifice that comes into play. Um,
Another big difference for me, high school and select, is like I know different sports like football, you can play in high school and get recruited. In softball, you cannot get recruited in high school. Coaches don't come. Coaches, because the chances of seeing one, maybe two potential athletes on a high school team is not worth it versus going to select and seeing a whole roster of potential athletes. So that's why I think a lot of girls give select so much time, because that's where, if you want to get committed, that is where it's at. That is the big difference in my head.
that's thank you for sharing that, for even the parents that really are unaware of that. That's one of the main differences. You're going to go to a pool of talent on one team. You have a plethora of teams that are playing against each other. So that's where the coaches are going to be in order to, it's really a one-stop shop. Is that fair to say?
For most teams, not all.
Not all teams, different levels and everything like that. So we're talking about going up towards the top level, and again, everything has its different dynamics. Now, with that being said, was there any formal training that went into this thing, or you was just going to play select, you go and do your workouts with them, and then you kind of go home? Was mom and dad helping you? Did you have any other
Yes.
type of thing going on? Talk to me.
I did so much outside of the game. Not only did I play the game all the time every weekend, then there's a lot of softball practice that went into it, but since an early age, I've been in hitting lessons since I was 5th or 6th grade, maybe, for sure.
Okay.
I've been in hitting lessons my whole life. I've been 7th grade and on, I've been in training, just working on footworks and like athleticism and explosion. And then in high school and on, I've been lifting weights. So most definitely a lot of just athletic training without softball work, I think really helps you as an athlete.
That helps you as an athlete. And would you say that most of your age bracket is doing kind of the same thing? Is that something that's kind of necessary in order to go to the next level?
I think it is, because I think obviously the faster you are, the stronger you are, the better footwork you have, it helps you in any sport. It pushes you to be better. But yes, you still need to have like your sport technique down, but the better, like they go hand in hand. They both make you better.
Absolutely. So segue into that. You are one of our current athletes, and I think you're a phenomenal athlete. Talk to us a little bit about how FitLab has helped you, or if it doesn't, tell me.
I for sure think it does. I like it because I go 3 times a week, so it's a good balance in between what I do softball practice wise, and I like it because it's a good hour of hard work. It's it helps me a lot with rotational moves and footwork, and it helps me a lot with just tightening up little things, strengthening my core. And the more consistently I go, just the better, a little more athletic I see myself and keep myself in shape.
Absolutely. Do you feel it transfer over to your sport?
Yes, yes, I do see that because, like I said, with rotational and footwork, I see it with hitting. Uh, Obviously, the more workouts I do, the stronger I get, the better I can get at running, the better I can get at doing like outfield drills, and also just I feel stronger in general for less of injury and less all of that.
Absolutely. So I appreciate that. And that's what we're trying to do here at FitLab. We're trying to really just empower the athlete by reducing the risk of injury and also just improving your overall kinetic change. So that way you're a better athlete. So I appreciate you saying that. What about confidence? Does confidence go into this thing? What ties into confidence for us?
I Well, personally, I think confidence is a big thing because I can consider myself the little dog or not the biggest person on the field. So if I know personally when I play with high confidence and high trust in myself, I play 10 times better. If I know I put in the work that week and I swung my bat in the cages and I did my footwork and I went to training, I know I'm on it. Like I know that tournament I'm going to do good and I play better. If I don't put in the work and I don't have confidence in myself, I tend to kill myself because most of the time when I don't do good, it's all in my head. It's not my physical ability. I kill myself from the inside.
That's beautiful. Now, how does schoolwork, being a student athlete, tie into preparing? You're going to be a next level athlete at Hardin Simmons. How does that tie in?
I personally believe school comes first, and I think that has pushed me to be where it is because no matter how good you are, if you can't keep your grades up, you can't go anywhere or you can't stay anywhere. So as long as you're on top of your schoolwork and you get your schoolwork done and you work it around your athletics and you make it work, it makes you a better athlete.
That's fact. That's facts. There's nothing to add to that. What's your biggest and your favorite moment, your best moment as a young athlete?
Winning.
Winning.
Winning game, high school select, all of the above. After just taking a good win with my teammates and just looking at what we all accomplished and what we put so many hours of work into and just getting our job done, it feels good.
That's awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. Winning definitely it makes everything a whole lot better. So what would you give to the young athletes? What's some words of advice that you would give to the young athletes before even getting into softball and then moving forward with it? Them and the parents. What do they get involved in?
I would say softball just because I love softball and it's brought me and my family joy. But I would just tell them to get involved in as much as you can, as much training as you can, as much lessons as you can, as much practicing as you can get into, as the best teams you can get into in your area. Just because, and especially parents too, because I didn't do this alone. I'm grateful that I have amazing parents that spent around the clock, that paid for the tournaments, that paid for the food and the gas, and were at every practice. As much tired as I was, they were there at every one. So parents being involved in helping their athletes, it's great, or it makes it so much better.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate your honesty and thank you for joining us on Tap In with Tristan. FitLab.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're very welcome. So again, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys subscribe to our podcast. Tap In with Tristan. Make sure you click the notification bell so you can get notified when we get new content. And then also share this beautiful content. We want to make sure that everybody's well informed and uplifted and kind of just know what the heck is going on out there. And also we want to have fun. Platform, and feel free to comment and like. So again, Nava, we got Erica Nava, Mansfield-Lake High School outfielder on her way to Hardin Simmons. All right, so we appreciate your time. All right, have a good one. Bye.